Hello, Team Gerwell. We are flipping in fifth with Mrs. G. That's me. Again, we're going to begin by pausing the video and making sure that you have a copy of your notes outline on the very next page in your math notebook. If you forgot what it looks like, remember we glued it in the front cover. Today is Topic 2, Lesson 1, and today's learning target is I will be able to use mental math to add decimals. We have quite a few vocabulary words for today, so make sure you pause the video so you can write everything down, including the examples. It's going to help you when you do your homework later. Number 1, commutative property. You can change the order of the addends and still get the same sum. That's commutative property. An example would be $1.45 plus $2.20 is the same exact thing as $2.20 plus $1.45. You can change the order, but you still get the same sum. Now, associative property says you can change the groupings of the addends and still get the same sum. So for example, $1.45 plus $2.20 plus $3.55 equals the same exact thing as $1.45 plus $2.20 plus $3.55. Remember, we always add what's in the parentheses first. We'll get to that a little bit later too. And then our last vocabulary word is really important for mental math. Compatible numbers. Compatible numbers means that you're adding numbers that add together easily first, and it just makes it easier to add decimals mentally. So why do you need to know how to add decimals in your head? Oh, this would be so embarrassing. Can you imagine going to Walmart and going through the checkout and not having enough money because you weren't able to add decimals mentally? Here the clerk is saying, "Attention, Walmart shoppers, this girl doesn't have enough money." And this little girl is thinking, "Oh, this is so embarrassing. I wish I had just listened to Mrs. G and learned how to add decimals." Okay, well, maybe she's not really saying that, but still, this is something you want to avoid, and you go to the grocery store every single day. Do you see why mental math is important? So let's go shopping. Here we're buying 3 things for lunch. We're buying a tomato for $1.45, a slice of pizza for $2.20, and of course, a slice of cherry pie for dessert. That's $3.55. Would the total for these 3 food items change if you changed the order of which you purchased them? In other words, if you put the tomato, then the pizza, then the pie on the conveyor belt, would it be a different price if you put the pie first, then the pizza, then the tomato? No, the total would be the same if you added them in any order because of the commutative property of addition. Again, the commutative property of addition means you can add 2 decimals in any order and you get the same answer. Same thing. If we got the tomato first, then the piece of pizza, it would be the same price as if we got the piece of pizza first, then the tomato. So what property is shown below? It's the one with the brackets or the parentheses again, but it has different, what is that? It's the associative property. You can change the groupings of the addends and still get the same number. So as you can see, here the $1.45 is in the parentheses. Here it's not in the parentheses. So our groupings are different, but we still are adding the 3 same numbers. So the associative property tells you it's going to be the same either way you group it. Now let's do some mental math. Do you see 2 numbers that are compatible? Look in your notes if you don't remember what compatible numbers are. So which 2 food prices have compatible numbers? That means 2 numbers we can easily add together in our head. Well, it would be the tomato and the piece of pie, because I know that 45 cents plus 55 cents equals $1. I can do that in my head. So we would add those first. So here we have $1.45 plus $3.55. So I'm going to start by adding the cents first. We already know 45 cents plus 55 cents equals $1. So I'm going to write that dollar down here. Then we have to add that dollar to this 1 and to this 3. So 1 plus 1 plus 3 equals $5. So $1.45 plus $3.55 equals $5. We can do that in our head, but we still need the piece of pizza. So we will take our $5 and add $2.20 in our head. And so we know the final total of all three items for our lunch is $7.20. If you use compatible numbers first, it makes mental math a lot easier. So why can you add the items in a different order and still get the same answer again? It works out because of the commutative and associative properties of addition. So now you try. Here are the 5 problems I would like you to complete to see if you've been able to master tonight's learning target. As you complete these mental math problems, be sure that you write out the steps you would take in your head so I can make sure that you have mastered it. So go ahead and answer those, pause the video, and then come back for the answers. Okay, here come the answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here in the yellow are the answers, and this is how I went through and solved it. Because I chose compatible numbers first, so I knew that 0.1 plus 0.9 was going to equal 1. So I chose those as my compatible numbers. So 2.1 plus 0.9 equals 3. But I can't forget about the 4.2, so then I take the 3 plus 4.2, and that gives me 7.2. So my compatible numbers for the second one are 4.6 and 0.4, because I know 0.6 and 0.4 equals 1. So I did 4.6 plus 0.4 equals 5, and then I couldn't forget about the 3.5 here, so I had to do 5 plus 3.5 equals 8.5. Now down here, the compatible numbers, well, I knew that 9.7 and 6.3 would be compatible numbers because 7 and 3 equals 1. 0.7 and 0.3 equals 1. So I knew that 9.7 plus 6.3 would equal 16. We can't forget about the 3. 16 plus 3 equals 19. I am most concerned that you got the correct answer, but I also want to make sure that you can use mental math to solve them. So which was an example of associative property? A would have been the correct answer. And what is an example of commutative property? B is the correct answer. Now before you go, make sure you checked your work and you wrote how many you got correct. Remember, be honest, it isn't for a grade. I also want you to honestly fill out the self-reflection. Could you teach a friend, or are you still a little confused? And then number 3, fill in the space with any questions you still have. Remember, you must write at least one question in this space. That's all for tonight. I can't wait to see you tomorrow and go over all of your hard work. Bye-bye.